Oh, and you just probably see my knife rack here. Sorry, that's not meant to scare you. Hi everyone, this is Linda on La Delicious de Linda, and today we're doing a spaghetti mukbang. So I have here spaghetti with some broccoli. This sauce here is Spaghetti Bolognese. I think I pronounced that right, I hope. If I pronounced that wrong, I am so sorry. I'm not Italian. The Spaghetti Bolognese sauce, as you can see here, is homemade, and I have to thank FitAnge for this. FitAnge, she is such a sweetheart, as I mentioned in like my previous videos. She connects with all these mukbang YouTubers, just really supportive and great. She shared with me her Spaghetti Bolognese sauce, which was handed down to her from her mother, I believe. And so I just want to thank FitAnge S for the recipe. I'm not sure if I should publish the recipe underneath in the description box, since it is a personal recipe. I just wanted to credit where credit is due. So yeah, FitAnge's Bolognese sauce recipe is on this spaghetti here. It's really good. Without going into too much detail, I think what makes her Bolognese sauce special is that there's carrots and there's also red wine in the recipe, and that gives this kind of sweetness to the sauce and also this boldness that you get from the red wine. Enough said, let's get on with this mukbang, shall we? I have here nutritional yeast. I like to sprinkle that on top of my spaghetti, and I have for my drink a half bottle of the Living Apothecary probiotic kefir water. Ever since my friend Karen showed this on her video, I've been like totally addicted to this. It's really good. It's not overly effervescent, but it still has that hint of like fermentedness to it, which is perfect for me. So yeah. And and I put some cilantro on top of my bolognese because, like I said in my previous video, I love cilantro on everything. I'm just obsessed with it. So yeah, let's begin. Spaghetti. So some people eat spaghetti with like a spoon and they twirl it, but I didn't grow up with that style, so I'm gonna eat it, as I call it, barbarian style. Yeah, so yeah, spaghetti. Spaghetti. So my next question is, my second question was just basically geared to answering what teachers made the most biggest impressions on your life. For me, I have two teachers that are very strong in my memory. And the first one was a high school humanities teacher. Her name was Miss Gibson. She was this wonderful, sweet British lady, and she's pretty funny. I remember she tried to put on an American accent at one point, and she just sounded like a Southern girl, and so we had a lot of laughs with that. So she made a huge impression on me, not because she's British or not because I found her funny and not because she's this totally intelligent woman, But all those things also apply. The main reason was because she, again, like all these other people that I respect, totally encouraged me to go and dare to be somebody who people said you couldn't be. She was the kind of teacher who motivated you to defy obstacles and, you know, show people that you are totally worthy. And worthy is a very huge word when I'm talking about Gibson, because every year we have like student awards. Miss Gibson gave an award to every student. She thought long and hard for my student award, and she named my student award I Am Not Worthy. And then there was a picture of Mo from The Simpsons. I don't know why. I wish I had it with me, but it's at my other place right now. So it was a student award that said I am not worthy. It said something in the subtitle that said for achievement in modesty, for an achievement in intellectual modesty. That's what it said. And she said she thought long and hard about it because she felt that I always underestimated myself, that I always put myself down. But I am somebody who, she's the one who encouraged me to take the AP history course or entrance exam. Surprisingly, I passed. I kept telling her like, no, I'm not smart enough. You know, I don't think that I can make it to an AP class. But she was like, it doesn't hurt to try. So she encouraged me to take the AP exam, and surprisingly, I made it. But at the same time, my prediction was kind of true in that I had the lowest score of the people who made it to the AP history class. So yeah, Miss Gibson was one. And then for college, I have to give credit to Sean Connolly. So Professor Sean Connolly, he made a huge impact in my college life in that he went over and beyond discussing about politics and social studies in the humanities field. Again, I have a memory problem, so I feel like I can't articulately, accurately convey what kind of amazing professor he was. He had like this subtle sense of humor and a subtle sense of connectedness where he made fun of himself, and then he taught us a lot about different social theories and things like that. For an example, I'm just gonna make a list here of all the topics that he generally covered while I was a student. So he's covered things from neoliberalism, cross-cultural studies, ideologies, definitions of simulacra and simulacrum, dichotomies between different cultures, and thoughts and images within different cultures and film theory. He also covered things like, I'm trying to remember, American values, so many topics. I want to make a whole list. He has a website / WordPress blog called Analepsis. And if you go check it out, you'll see that it's basically geared towards his students, but it's open to the public. So anyone could just kind of stumble upon his blog and just read what he has to say. And if you just read his words, you can see the immense amount of greatness in his words, for lack of a better word. And one of the topics that I clearly remember that we talked about was the Occupy Wall Street movement. So if you haven't seen or remember about the Occupy Wall Street movement, basically it was a protest. The 99%, average population against the 1% rich. And he made a very clear point that the Occupy Wall Street movement was kind of ironic because you have all these people saying down to corporations, look at us average people, corporations are this one minority percent that rules us kind of like an oligarchy, kind of like some kind of totalitarian kind of government system where the rich has so much power and the poor and the average class are struggling to live and to thrive. With this Occupy Wall Street movement, he made an interesting point that although we were protesting against the 1%, we were using tools that were created by the 1%. So you saw people with their MacBooks, their iPhones, all this technology that was created by the rich 1%. And it's ironic that we are fighting against 1%, yet a more effective way to protest would be to not use the tools at all. But it also juxtaposes the problem that the reason why these protesters, need their, MacBook and their iPhones and all these other technologies is because we depend on them. Our society is built upon them now. We use them as tools for communication, and yet we are saying by using this product, we are unconsciously supporting the people that we're protesting against, if that makes any sense. This all came in our study with this book called Capitalist Realism. Capitalist Realism is an interesting book. That this discusses about capitalism and how it has totally taken over the world. And the subtitle for Capitalist Realism is there no alternative? Are we stuck in this system where corporations get richer and the poor and the average class get poorer, can't thrive? Is there a way around this kind of system? The system that used to be for just solely a monetary thing, but has spread and consumed our society to be kind of an entity that governs our government. So that was a very interesting topic that he discussed. So I'm going on a tangent here, so I'm going to go on the next question. I need to start eating. Sorry, I've been talking way too much. So the last question is, what is your current obsession? So my current obsession right now would be, as you can probably see, mukbang videos. So currently, because of my chronic pain condition, I have to be very careful about all these triggers. I keep like a diary of possible triggers that could be contributing to my chronic pain, to my insomnia and the nerve pain. And just for a visual, even though I look fine, I am kind of struggling every day to just kind of get by physically. So every night I have these nerve pain triggers where it feels like my nerves are being fused and as if somebody poured acid all over my back. And it's a very interesting and yet horrific feeling where it feels like there is something alive, like in the back where all your nerves are, chewing away at your nerves and your membranes. That's what it feels like. And so that's how it feels like on my back and the back of my brain. So most of my nerve pain is in the base of my head here and around my ribs, around the back of my ribs. And it just feels like somebody poured acid and it's just eating away at every bit of my body. I feel really sorry for my family members, but they have to kind of work around my sleep schedule, work around my pain schedule. Enough about the chronic condition, but it has come to a point where like I am trying to find every little thing to keep my mind occupied and focus on what really matters in life, because the truth is everybody dies. There's a quote that says something like, death smiles at your doorstep. We all have the same fate regardless. And so I kept thinking to myself in the past few years, I know I have this condition, so how can I make things better? Surprisingly, one of the things that I feel gave me a sense of autonomy and a sense of self-agency is YouTube videos, particularly mukbang videos. With mukbang videos, I feel like, I get to socialize with people around the world. I get to see what they're eating. And mukbang videos, I can just go online whenever I feel somewhat okay and interact with people and watch people eat and just feel like I'm eating with them. And so mukbang videos is my current obsession. It just has helped me in so many ways that's unimaginable. And I know there are other YouTubers out there who probably feel the same way. A new YouTuber that I just recently discovered is Fluffy Hates Fibro. I believe that's right. So I like her style. The food that she chooses is good and simple. And I like her personality. She seems very real, very relaxed. And she's also going through fibromyalgia. And although I don't have fibromyalgia per se, I do have chronic fatigue and I do have chronic nerve pain. So they kind of go hand in hand. So I just feel like I can connect with her in that manner. I'm going to finish eating this and yeah. make a mess of myself. There is ground beef in my Bolognese sauce. And basically what I did with the recipe was I doubled the recipe. And also added a little more carrots than what I originally intended. Okay, so I'm gonna end this video here, and I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I totally appreciate all my viewers, and I'm really grateful for all the support that you've given me. So virtual hugs to all my subscribers, yay! So that's, you know, my way of thanking my subbies here. Again, if you like this video, don't forget to click the like button. Like button helps make my video more visible and highly suggested on YouTube. Don't forget to comment below because I love hearing what you have to say, and I always try to do my best to respond to everyone. Yeah, subscribe if you haven't already, and share this video with your friends. All these things really help, you know, support this channel. You guys are helping me in overcoming chronic pain. That's a huge thing to me. I just love making new friends. I like meeting new people, hearing stories. Stories is just an amazing way of sharing what's going on in your life and sharing so many interesting tidbits that's out there. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Thank you guys so much for watching, and take care. Bye bye. I love you.